Hello, people, and welcome back to the Organised Nonsense podcast. My name is Kevin Smith, and I am here with Sean Reidy and Christian Broderick, as always.
The cutie girlfriend.
Yeah,
Who is not a cutie girlfriend?
No. No.
Nope.
Don't you know?
Oh.
Yeah. I'm here. I'm here. I don't know where I was going with that. I am still living after the
Lack of mother tree.
Wonders of shut your mouth.
I believe.
Of Mr. Console Magician showing me all of the ice cubes in his Joy-Con.
Puppet mastery.
Yeah, but first of all, let's get down to our weeks.
Okay.
How you've had weeks? Have you had a week?
I
don't know.
A week.
I've had a week.
Anything happen in that week?
First of all, Christian, we can hear the echo. Second of all, I traded in a bunch of my Wii U games today, and to a lesser extent 3DS games to pay for Switch.
Yeah. So are you getting a launch?
Yeah, I'm definitely getting the Switch at launch. Whether I'll be able to get any games is a different question.
Oh God! Save it for later.
I probably will. Yeah, we can save that for later.
Save it for later. We're going to complain later about it.
Yeah. You're gonna complain.
Yeah.
Well, you're just fun with Puyo Tetris.
Japan Magician Man has sold me. We'll get to Puyo Tetris. I tell you.
Ooh, Puyo.
Oh no, I'm gonna. My favorite game is 1-2 Switch. We're gonna do some JoJo poses all night, baby.
Yeah, we'll get to all that. But yeah, anything else other than selling your possessions?
I started watching the Netflix series of Unfortunate Events.
I also did. I've only got the first episode though.
All right, I'm 3. I think I'm almost.
That
on
was
the
a
third episode.
Okay, but it's been a long while since I've looked at those books. I feel like that thing that happened at the first episode didn't happen there. I'm being vague, but I feel like that thing at the end of the first episode did not happen there at all.
Yeah.
And I don't care enough about the books to be angry about that, but that's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Just on a writing level. Assuming the payoff, I feel like that was kind of a bad decision.
What thing are you talking about here? I think it should be okay to spoil it because it's the first episode.
The cliffhanger at the end of the last episode. No, because I was surprised by that. The cliffhanger at the end of the first episode.
What one was that?
The two.
That.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember. I haven't read the books, and it's been years since I've seen the movie, but I don't remember that.
Yeah, I don't remember that from the books, and I didn't read the later ones, and I feel like it's probably something that happens in the later ones.
Yeah, it's probably something that happens.
That's a weird thing to move up.
No, not really.
If
it comes, I think it would be better if they have it now rather than just being like, oh shit.
No, but I feel like there's
the
mystery to that. Yeah, there's mystery to that. Like.
No, yeah, but for me, it would feel like an ass pull. It would feel kind of like an ass pull if, like, the whole time you were like, oh, they were dead, and then they're alive.
It's like if at the start of part 2, Dio just showed up for like a second.
Yeah, basically.
No, it's as if they started part 2 with the last episode of part 1.
Sure, yeah. No, it's nothing like that at all, Christian.
Well, I haven't fucking watched it, so I don't care.
Yeah, no. Patrick Warburton as Lemony Snicket is pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
And
Patrick
so is Neil Patrick Harris as Olaf.
Patrick Warburton.
Yeah, I saw a few people complaining about that casting.
What?
I saw a few people complaining about both of those castings when they first came out, and those people were idiots even then.
No, but like Patrick Warburton and what's it called? Neil Patrick Harris. Yeah, they're like the best parts of the show.
Yeah,
dude. Wait, what? Who did they get? Wait, who did they pick as Neil Patrick Harris?
Count
Olaf.
Wait, they got Neil Patrick Harris as Count Olaf.
Yep.
Yeah. series is pretty good. Well, the first episode was pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, he's really good as Count Olaf. Like he's
I can't imagine that at all. But
okay, have you seen
good.
How I Met Your Mother?
yes, that's why I can't imagine it at
No,
all.
yeah, think
It works.
It's oddly similar.
He's in heavy prosthetics.
Yeah,
he's in heavy prosthetics.
prosthetics, and it's very similar to his character from. It's like if Barney was just a huge asshole.
But he was a huge asshole.
Okay, more so, like
in like a psychotic way instead of a
Sort of a funny way.
Yeah, like
in a psychopathic way instead of a sociopathic way. Yeah.
like Barney was a narcissist.
Understand that.
But whereas Olaf is
He didn't kill people for a quiet life.
Count Olaf just wants a quiet life.
Why are you running for Christian, why are you running for the JoJo references of all people?
I like memes.
Yeah, like
I saw people being like during the arms part of the presentation yesterday. I'm just gonna bring Switch shit up constantly. I assume people during the arms part of the Switch presentation.
I haven't seen the full presentation.
No, just like during the arms trailer at the start of the arms trailer, people were like, "Oh, it's a JoJo reference," and like, what?
Yeah.
What the fuck are you on about?
Yeah, God. My favorite part of part 3 is where JoJo uses Star Platinum's very special ability, Star Arm.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised with how Araki was about abilities back then.
Star
Finger boys.
What the fuck was that?
Araki not knowing how stands worked yet.
Oh, no. I don't watch many interviews, but I saw one with Araki on YouTube and I was bored and I watched it and he admits to forgetting things.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, he names stands after other stands by complete accident. He forgets the name of stands he already used.
Well, no, he's only done that once.
Oh,
like
when you put it that way.
And in his defense, that is a stand that is not actually mentioned in story, and that's like he named it for one of the art books. And it's actually a character where it's debated whether or not they even have a stand. It was Earth, Wind, and Fire, which is Mikitaka's stand. And there's debate that has been going on for years over whether or not Mikitaka is just an alien with those abilities or a stand user.
But it wouldn't make sense for it to be a stand.
Stand scared. What?
Yeah, so...
No, Christian, when you have to say it, you have to be like, skate. See...
No, it's like the Dwayne dub where he shouts the word stand for no reason. Stand!
So, is that all of your week, Kevin?
Yes.
Christian, you have a week?
Yeah, I found out
hold on, one last thing. Christian can talk about this as well, but I started watching Dances with Wolves in school. Have you seen it, Reidy?
It's like Avatar, right?
No.
It kinda is.
Well,
exactly.
A bit. It's like the guy is supposed to kill these guys, but they're like, oh, you know what? Why don't we induct you into our native society?
Yeah, it's basically Avatar, except without...
No, Avatar is basically Dances with Wolves.
Yeah, that's basically...
Avatar is basically a lot of things.
So what were you saying, Kev?
No, yeah, I was, it's a movie. What do you think of it, Christian?
Yeah, I like it well enough. I mean, it doesn't seem to be going anywhere so far, but I like it well enough.
No, I can kind of predict where it's gonna go.
Yeah, you can...
Especially considering I've seen Avatar.
Yeah, obviously that's where it's going to go. You know, obviously...
Jake Sully breaks down the tree.
What?
What?
That was the only. Everything I remember of Avatar is that the guy was named Jake Sully.
I love it. It's fucking stupid as all
And
hell.
there's a tree that was important, and
the thing in the tree, and the white
and-
man wanted what was in the tree.
yeah, unobtainium.
Unobtainium.
No, people give that a lot of flack, but unobtainium is like an actual scientific term for just something
Yeah.
that is very hard to get.
Mm.
Not scientific, but like it's an actual term for something that is hard to get.
Can we talk about how I'm not a cutie girlfriend now?
I'm not a princess either.
Don't you know? Oh,
Oh,
I love that part in the song where Lotus Juice just says "ho." And
I
I'm
mean,
like,
there's a precedent, you know. The mascot of the company says "ho" all the time.
yeah. Oh god, it's like it's just every time that song plays, Lotus Juice says "ho," I have to stay in along with him.
I even more than mass destruction with wiping out loud, I would always manage to time the all out attacks with the music. Which always feels good.
Mm.
We're of course talking about Persona 3 Portable, specifically the
Female route.
male main character route,
Well,
which is
what-
the way
what-
to play that game.
Well, whether she's female is questionable, as Yukari was because there was a line that was supposed to be changed for her route where she's supposed to refer to the male character as female, but the voice clip they use is from the male route. So while the subtitles say she, the character says he.
Mm.
So like, oh.
Yukari was getting mixed messages about her pronouns. You know, just get over it. Right?
She's Japanese. She shouldn't fuck up pronouns. She's not speaking English.
I mean, maybe. Well, thank God for dual audio then.
Oh, fuck off. I imagine you're just going to use it every time you have to hear Michelle Ruff in Persona 5.
I wonder if you can just switch it at random. Like from
I think.
Yeah, I'd hope so. Yeah, I'd hope
I know.
so.
Yeah,
Are you
I
gonna
think
be-
you're supposed
Are
to.
you gonna be playing Persona 5 in? Are you gonna be playing it in English or in Japanese?
In English,
He's going to be doing it every time. He's going to be doing it every time Yukari's character shows up.
I'll probably do Japanese for New Game Plus
Yeah, probably. I mean,
Yeah.
except for Yukari's character.
because what's her face? What's his face?
Half of them are voiced by JoJo characters.
Yeah, Yusuke is Joseph in the Japanese dub, which is good. But in the English dub, you've got old Joseph and Jotaro.
And
You've got old Joseph.
Yukari.
Yeah, in the English dub, Yusuke is played by Jotaro, but in the Japanese, he's played by Joseph.
That's
So,
Matthew Mercer?
yeah, it's Matthew Mercer.
I
He's
couldn't tell.
He's really good. He's really good in that.
Yeah, I could not
Yeah.
tell in the slightest it was Matthew Mercer. Generally, it's
Yeah.
just his Troy Baker voice.
He's super good in
Troy
P5
Baker.
from what I've seen. Yeah. So don't talk to me about Persona 5.
The teacher made the voice for Yukari, buddy.
I'll just think of it as Catherine, and it'll be better.
Dude, hearing Yukari's voice say, "Don't tell anyone I'm moonlighting as a maid," is the weirdest thing ever. Especially considering Peach.
Wait until you hear Yukari say, "Vincent, I'm pregnant."
Oh yeah, that she did play the Catherine with a C. Oh god.
Yeah, Catherine with a K. Get your facts. right.
Whichever one, I don't care.
You should care. It's a very good
I'm
video game.
not playing Catherine.
You should play Catherine, Christian.
I don't know. I already played SMT4. I don't need this. Speaking of which, my week.
Oh yeah,
was,
that other game.
My week was basically just me abandoning Apocalypse and going straight to P3P,
Yeah.
which was a good decision on my part.
Going from Apocalypse to a real Shin Megami Tensei game.
Persona Ruin mainline.
Yeah. Well, at least we didn't get. We didn't get the Beach DLC for Apocalypse, did we?
What DLC?
Beach
Oh no,
DLC.
we did. I saw it. It's the one where Mephisto takes him to a beach.
Is there also a okay? I'm not 100% on it. Is there also a Hot Spring DLC, or am I being crazy?
I haven't seen it, but I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm googling it.
I know the beach DLC is there, but I don't know if there's a Hot Spring.
SMT for Apocalypse Hot Spring.
SMT ruined mainline. SMT ruined mainline.
SMT ruined mainline.
Yes. For fuck's sake.
Oh no.
I think there is. No, okay, no.
Oh good.
No, there isn't. Okay.
Well, at the very least,
I'd imagine though.
At the very least, they had that DLC where all the SMT protagonists come back.
Yeah, and Demi-Fiend looks really weird.
Yeah, Demi-Fiend looks really weird with Doy's hairstyle.
He has no nipples.
So weird.
I mean, he never had any nipples. It feels weird that he doesn't have nipples in this art style. It didn't feel weird in Kaneko's.
Well,
it feels weird in Doy's.
It's weird. Kaneko draws everything but the face, right?
What about the feet?
The feet. He spends an undue amount of it. He starts from the feet and goes up.
No, Kaneko's feet are bad. They're bad feet.
Well, all I've been hearing is how good the feet are.
No.
Jesus Christ, are we
That's
actually
wrong.
having this conversation?
Shush,
The
Kevin.
artwork of Kazuma Kaneko is very important to the ethos of this podcast. Right?
Yeah, no,
Kevin.
Kevin, show him the picture. Show him the picture of Kaneko in the
I don't
flowers.
want to see the picture of fucking Kaneko.
Did you just call him Kanecho? Did you not even get his name right?
You disgusting cunt. Get out. But Kevin, I think you might like it because Kaneko's artwork is basically Araki's Part 8 artwork, except a bit less artistic.
I don't even really like Part 8.
Well, it's part.
What do you know about Part 8, Kevin?
Exactly, so I have no opinion on it.
Part 8's pretty great.
Yeah,
There should be a new chapter of that next week. I'm looking forward to it. But yeah. Kaneko, good art, man. Doi, slightly less good art, man.
I find it so good. It's just like
Doi is just cheap Suijima.
yeah, actually, you know what? That's a good way of putting it because he is basically just Shuijima except cheaper.
Yeah. At least he's not Yasuda. I actually like the artist for TMS. I think he's good, but he does a lot of work. It might be a she actually. I don't know. They I guess. They do a lot of work. I know they did.
I remember reading something where Doi's a relative of Doi's complained that his artwork wasn't good as Kaneko's. Was that actually true?
Well, my cousin tells me my artwork isn't as good as Kaneko's all the time, and I just agree with him.
Yeah, because.
Yeah. So you're not too enthusiastic about that game, I take it.
Apocalypse or
yeah, no, Apocalypse.
Yeah, no, Apocalypse is just not good. I don't like it, and I'm going to complain. Fucking hell, it's just pathetic.
Yeah, that art style talk is actually just remind me how much I actually loved the art style of TMS, but not like the character portraits and stuff were really good. Like the actual 3D stuff kind of looked bleh.
Well, of course, the fucking like that, that's one thing I don't like about JRPGs on the PS3 for the most part is that they all look the fucking same in terms of 3D models.
Yeah.
Which Persona 5 is doing a better job of, you know.
Yeah, Persona 5 manages to get Suijima's art style down to a fucking mirror sheen in 3D.
Yeah,
and
great.
Catherine and P4D basically managed to do the same thing as well, which was really nice.
That's that's one thing I kind of like about SMT3 is that the Kaneko artwork actually does really well in 3D.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
Oh god, fucking title screen. Title screen. Yeah, all right.
My week, I played. So, Christian decided to go, hey, John, when was the last time you played Splatoon? And I went, 3 days ago, Christian.
And then I went, I wonder why.
And then And then I woke up this morning, and I went, you know what, fuck Christian, and I played like 3 hours of Splatoon. so that was pretty good. It's a fun game.
I don't have Splatoon anymore.
You're a fucking idiot.
Well, he has money now, though.
Yeah,
I probably.
And you know what? No, guys.
Probably won't end up getting Splatoon 2.
I absolutely will.
I mean, for me, at the moment, the main focus...
Wait, then what are you buying a Switch for?
The main reason I'm buying a Switch is for Odyssey, but I'll be playing... I'll be playing Breath of the Wild and probably Deluxe. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
Dude, like, money can be exchanged for goods and services.
But okay, we're just going straight into the Switch talk, I guess.
Yeah, fuck Scalebound, fuck Scalebound.
Okay, yeah.
Okay,
Scalebound got delayed. Not that anybody cares.
No, not delayed. Scalebound got cancelled.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Cancelled.
Permanently.
Yeah, rumors about Scalebound being cancelled came out, and then like an hour later, Microsoft were like, "Oh yeah, we
yeah, they know we're doing it."
And that's kind of sucks because that's 3 years of Platinum's A team. Huh? What?
Hey, at least they didn't get their PR guy saying, "What? No, those rumors are false," and then they said the rumors were true. So like Persona 5.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
did
so
again.
Oh,
that was
kind of fucking. No, that wasn't even. They released a trailer with the February 14th release date, like 3 hours before they delayed it.
Yeah,
what game was this again?
Fucker.
Persona 5.
Oh yeah.
They put out a trailer with
3 hours
14th
after
release
that
date, like
trailer.
3 hours before the fucking. I forgot.
Yeah,
no,
it's horrible.
But yeah, so no, it is kind of shit because that's like 3 years of work from Platinum's A team down the drain.
Yeah.
Even if it didn't look like their best work, it was still work from them. They could have been working on other things, probably better things, and I guess now they can, which is nice. But still, though, that's got to be shit. Like that's 3 years of Kamiya just gone. They started working on that.
Oh yeah,
they finished.
Oh yeah, Kamiya.
They started working on that.
Kamiya came out and was like, "Yeah, I'm not having mental issues."
Yeah, no, he was like,
"What are you talking about?"
He said, "Like,
do you know how
a mental health break." Me?
Yeah,
stupid.
Do you know? Yeah.
Which, yeah, that's pretty Kamiya. But like, no, that relationship hadn't been good for a while because there was a point at an E3, like I want to say a year and the E3 before last. Kamiya was angry because they didn't show Scalebound that E3, and he tweeted, and I quote, "These MS shits, are they fucking kidding me?"
God.
So that relationship hasn't been too good for a while now.
I wonder if that's mainly because of Kamiya or fucking Microsoft.
Bit of both, I'd say.
Yeah, I imagine
Kamiya doesn't seem like someone who would put up with corporate shit.
Kamiya doesn't seem like someone who put up with anyone.
Kamiya doesn't stoop to your level.
Platinum existing is kind of proof of that, because that was just a bunch of people being fucking sick of Capcom's executives and going,
"Oh yeah, no, there's no way in the hell you can't notice that with half the shit they make."
Yeah. But yeah, he'd been working on that since he finished Wonderful 101.
Shit.
Like, that was a while ago.
Yeah, that was...
Oh god.
When was that?
Kinda
2012? 2013?
It was
when Wonderful 101 came out the same week as GTA 5.
Did it?
That was definitely
Oh,
2013.
Yeah. So, like, he's been working on that since the PS4 and the Xbox One came out. Which is kind of... That's a while.
Yeah, that's a while.
And all that's down the drain. 3 prime years of Kamiya's life gone.
That's what happens.
Tragedy. Tragedy. Oh, we didn't talk about that. Was that? Yeah, I think that was last week. But
Oh my god! I'm gonna shoot that fucking dog. Whose dog is it?
He's mine. He's a
I'm gonna
fucking.
fucking shoot him.
Are you trying?
He's a
Are you
fuck
try-
you. I'll kill you. I'll kill you.
Are you trying to get a job with Shonen Jump or something, Kevin?
You know me, Reidy. I would not turn out a Shonen Jump dog. Job.
Even if you couldn't understand Japanese, you'd fucking take me.
What was I fucking saying?
I
think we missed this
Shonen Jump would spit me out and reduce me to nothing because Shonen Jump killed everyone who worked for them, but I would still take that job.
It's still so crazy. Like, as someone who is like always, every like person that I followed and their works, they've always been like, no, I don't want to work on this forever. Like, I want to move on. And usually I'm like, yeah, I'd like to see you move on. Like Kojima and Sakurai and all that. But like, Araki's totally content to just do JoJo for the rest of
his life. Yeah, for JoJo for life, boys. And even when they wanted him to stop making JoJo, he kept going.
Yeah, he hasn't written anything that wasn't JoJo since like the late 90s.
To be fair, everything before.
To be fair though, he does
horrible.
He does change it up quite significantly.
Yeah, but like it's refreshing to have that, to just have someone be like, no, this one work is my legacy.
Yeah,
it's cool.
Well, you know what? It's fine either way as long as they're fine with it.
Yeah. I think this was a piece of news we missed maybe like a week or two ago, but what's his name? Itsuno? Yeah, Itsuno. I can remember if it was Itsuno or Atsuno. Itsuno said he's got a new game this year.
Which guy's he?
Devil May Cry 3 and 4.
Oh, right.
And also, he worked on a lot of things.
Would that be DMC5 by any chance?
Maybe. He's worked on a lot of stuff with Capcom. He's worked on Dragon's Dogma as well, I think. But I feel like the demand for a DMC5 is more than there is for Dragon's Dogma 2, because Dragon's Dogma isn't dead, you know? DMC kind of is.
DMC hasn't gotten anything since, what, 2012?
DMC hasn't gotten anything since...
Alright.
When it was
2008.
Yeah, I thought it was 08, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah, it was. And 2008 was when a lot of PS3 4 games came out.
Yeah. Clearly, Special Edition sold better than the Devil May Cry one.
I swear.
But, yeah, it seems like that PS4 version of Devil May Cry is actually genuinely good.
It's okay.
Like that improves on it in a lot of ways, but a lot of people still just don't care.
I still.
I hear that DMC4 has a lot of really interesting things with where that story ends up that people would like to see followed through on, and I think that this is the time for that. Just give me a second. I'm looking up Itsuno's work. Yeah, Devil May Cry. He's director on Rival Schools. He was director on Power Stone. He was director on Capcom vs SNK 2.
Well, he was in a lot of fighting games that never went anywhere.
He directed a One Piece game.
Wait,
was
which one?
Yeah, One Piece Mansion.
I haven't even heard of that one.
He was planner on the Vento Wario game. He directed DMC2.
Capcom made a lot of JoJo games.
He was miscellaneous crew on Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne.
What?
Probably just, hey, here's Dante.
Well, no, that was... Oh, yeah, right. This is, Nocturne.
Because that was the DMC2 design. And he was directing DMC2. Then DMC3, DMC4, Dragon's Dogma. He was supervisor on Project Cross Zone. He should have supervised a bit more. He was supervising director on Devil May Cry, and he was director of Dragon's Dogma: Dark Arisen, and he hasn't worked on anything since then. He according to his Wikipedia page, he aims to create a fighting game that would replicate the impact Street Fighter II brought to the genre. I don't think anything can really do that.
Yeah.
No. The basis of fighting games was brought in with the Street Fighter 2.
You can maybe argue Tekken.
But what was?
Well, actually, no. Virtua Fighter over Tekken.
What was the game where combos were accidental?
That was Street Fighter 2.
Yeah, Street Fighter.
Oh.
I think.
Yeah. Well, then you can't.
No, yeah. Everything was built off Street Fighter.
Yeah, everything.
Well, Street Fighter 2.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah, no.
Nothing is built on Street Fighter.
Nothing is
No. You're forgetting. That game was called Fighting Street when it came out here.
Fighting
Yeah.
Street. Oh yeah,
because they did
just past Patrick Street, Fighting Street.
Yeah.
But I think is this the time? Nintendo Switch.
Switch.
March 3rd.
Time.
€320.
Oh,
fuck's
God.
sake.
For Switch.
Yeah,
I thought it was going to be
€320.
lower.
Wait, are you
€320.
sure? Are you sure it's
Yeah.
€320?
Yeah. No, it's
Great.
$330 actually.
Yeah, $330 because that's what they told me today in GameStop.
Yeah, no. It was
Yeah.
no. Okay, I watched this unfold. Okay, I was sitting there. I had the GameStop tab open, ready to refresh, and I had the
And you
Smiths
saw
tab
it.
open, ready to refresh. And I refreshed the GameStop, and I saw 320. And I refreshed the Smiths one.
It
and I
got
saw
bigger?
350. And I saw went to the Smiths one, and I saw 350. And I was like, what the fuck?
How the fuck did that happen?
And then I clicked in to the Switch, and like literally it was so quick that after I reloaded it into the 350, I clicked on it and it was 330.
Oh.
And then I go back to GameStop, I reload the GameStop, and the GameStop is 330.
Oh God!
No, yeah, I asked the people, 2 different people in GameStop today, and they said yeah, it was going to be 330.
Someone in GameStop headquarters was just sitting around seeing what they could fucking get away with.
Oh God, those fucking cunts.
Do you know what's it called? How much the game
Already
is going to be?
Normal game price, 65 and spent 70 in GameStop.
Damn it!
Oh
So you're
yeah,
saying
you.
I've been living in this fairy tale land where games were
of €60 game.
No, 60. I feel.
Yeah,
I'm still at the
fucking cunt.
point where paying €60 for a game.
Well,
Yeah,
that
boy.
feels like a bit
Get
much
used
for
to it.
me.
Get used to it.
I managed to get Yakuza 0 for €50, and I'm happy with that.
Get used to it, buddy. Get fucking used to it.
Yeah, like,
Get used to buying all your games from Amazon.co.uk.
Get used to breaking Brexit in half.
so,
Oh wait,
okay,
that's not
so
even.
you're saying that
we
games
won't
are
even be able to buy
cheaper
games from
in-
fucking Amazon UK without fucking import taxes. When
Oh yeah, I forgot that.
oh for
that's
fuck's
actually a
sake!
Oh shit!
Don't
no, I
blame-
didn't realize.
Games in
No,
England are
no,
€20
really.
cheaper right now.
Really, no.
Yeah.
There's a loophole. Have you heard of what's it called? On Post's address pal thing?
Yeah, no, but that doesn't get you around import taxes.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, but you don't have to pay them.
Bullshit.
No, because
No,
whatever.
they'll
Because
go-
whatever
they'll go
it
after
is,
you
it's
if you don't.
$3.50. It's $3.50.
It's a fucking import tax, Christian. Kevin, they're not just gonna let you away with paying.
Yeah, no,
import tax.
they'll like fucking send invoices up your ass. I've seen it happen.
All right. Okay.
Trust
so-
me.
So yeah, like you go to Amazon.com and you see something for really cheap, and then you see $20 import tax. Now I'm gonna have that on Amazon. Where's my Amazon.ie? Where is it? Come on, guys. What's
No, but are you
what's
saying
your
that?
fucking
Are you saying that
excuse?
games are cheaper in Smiths?
Games are €5 cheaper. Yeah.
Alright, okay.
Christ. Might as well keep that in mind.
Games are €20 cheaper in England. Like standard
the
game
only-
prices. Standard game price is £40, which is about €55.
Well, Kevin, think about it like this: a game can, let me give you a good example. I got someone a present, a game I already had. I bought that game for €70, and the present, because it was pre-owned, was only 20. Like Kevin, realistically speaking, you're still going to be paying more for it if you hadn't waited anyway. So just think of it like that.
But also think about it and the way Nintendo games drop in value, which is not.
No, none.
They don't.
They never do. Ever.
No. Yeah.
Even I imagine Switch isn't going to be any different.
Yeah, no.
What's in the special edition for Zelda again?
A Switch case and...
A handbag.
No, it's a case. It's a case.
Yeah.
No, that doesn't even work then, 'cause it's just a fucking case.
I'm joking.
I know fully well, but it's not a joke that makes sense.
Are you getting the special
the
edition?
handbag.
Recording?
No, I was recording the whole thing, but the last thing
good.
and we're recording now. The last thing that was said was about the handbag.
Oh, god damn it.
Perfect.
Kevin left without telling us there and stopped recording. There was some stuff we said.
I didn't mean to leave. Skype just crashed on me for no reason.
Well, Kevin, don't worry. I can leave right now. I said what I already wanted to say in this entire podcast.
What did you say?
I'm not a cutie girlfriend.
I'm not a princess.
Don't you? No. Oh.
But yeah, Switch video games on it. Street Fighter 2. Did you see Street Fighter 2? They haven't given a date for it.
For what?
They haven't given it anything. It's just It's just the HD version.
So they haven't said a date for Street Fighter 2.
How do you?
What's gonna take you so long with that? It's Street Fighter fucking 2.
What are you gonna do? Exactly.
You've added Evil Ryu and Violent Ken, and they're already done.
Yeah, you don't.
What is taking you?
Is it that hard to port it into the Switch software or something?
They were like, oh yeah, we're going to talk more about the single player modes, but like, what single player modes are going to take fucking long? Are you going to add that fucking cinematic story mode to Street Fighter 2? I really hope they do. I really hope they do. That is great.
Cinematic story?
Add a cinematic story.
Just
give me a Street Fighter 2 visual novel.
No,
you want a Street Fighter 2 visual novel?
Yes, just include that.
Just put in parts of the film.
That's what Guilty Gear does.
Just put in parts of the live action film.
The Chun-Li shower scene. Just add the Chun-Li shower scene as an option on the menu. It's like single player versus mode, Chun-Li shower scene.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
It's like
and
it's
I
like
Cartoon Network uncensored. They showed it on Cartoon Network uncensored.
It's like the concerts of P4G. Only now you can jack off to it.
Moving.
Are you looking up Chun-Li shower scene?
Me, no.
Oh.
No.
It did happen. It is in Street Fighter 2, the animated movie.
Well, no, I'm talking about the live action film, buddy.
Oh, okay. Well,
the one
in Street Fighter 2, the animated movie, there was a Chun-Li shower scene.
I'm talking about the film that has Jean-Claude Van Damme as Guy and Juliet as Bison. Fucking hell.
Well, Juliet's so fucking good as Bison.
Game over!
I like how we're like 40 minutes into this and we haven't even spoken about the Switch that much.
Chun-Li in that movie is played by the woman from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Which one?
Yeah.
What a resume.
The Asian one.
Alright.
Actually, though, what's her face? The main character is Asian. But both of them are Asian. But the one that is more obviously Asian, as opposed to the. Let's get away from this.
Let's go back to Switch.
Let's get away from this racial profiling of the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. cast.
The best distraction for the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, and
So we've
It's
talked
got
about price, basically.
It's got video games like milk.
What?
Milk. It's got milk.
It's got
Got
milk.
milk.
Got milk.
You've seen that 1-2 Switch minigame thing, haven't you?
I've seen a small bit of it. Yeah.
You haven't seen the one where they're milking.
No.
You haven't? Oh my god.
Oh
So
my God,
you take the Joy-Con, you
You
hit
milk.
the two buttons on the end of it,
You milk.
and you pull down,
You milk.
and you move up
It's a
again,
masterpiece
and you
of
pull
game.
down, and you move
It's
up
great.
again, and you pull down,
1-2
and you
switch
look
milk.
directly into the eyes of your opponents.
Oh my God, I'm looking at it.
It's true. It's true. It's a fucking Date with Rosie Palms, the video game.
Yeah,
This is so dumb.
1-2 Switch is 50, I want to say.
Is that not the? I would assume. I thought that if any
There is
game
no
was
packing
gonna,
game.
Yeah.
There
if
is
I-
no packing game.
Yeah, that's dumb.
Yeah, this would be the one.
Yeah, that would be the one.
Yeah.
It seems like the kind of game that they would make for a pack-in, though.
Yeah, it probably is, and they had all that work done, and they were like, no, we're not
If
doing
it's
a pack-in,
if
guys.
it's not a pack-in, that'd be stupid.
Yeah,
It's not
like
a
no
pack-in.
one's gonna buy it.
Do you have silent parties where you can play games that are
Masturbate.
entirely audio-based?
Do you have
Because
part?
that's the thing. Every game in that is just based on
No.
audio cues. So like,
dude.
and they're
no,
like, you can
like,
play it
I
at parties.
Dude, no,
you
like
can't. Have you ever been to a party
dude, like no, I play 1-2 Switch all the time in my room.
with myself? I milk one teeth, I milk the other teeth.
I'm milking a Joy-Con of a sort.
Yes.
The Joy-Con is the nickname, I guess.
And then they showed off ARMS, which is a full game made out of Wii
No,
boxing.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not the
It's a
nickname.
full game made out of Wii boxing.
It's not.
Yeah,
It's not
with
the
the-
nickname.
If any of the games that aren't like, you know, Splatoon, Mario, Zelda, Mario Kart.
No, ARMS looks cool.
Yeah.
ARMS looks cool, but it is
Arms-
just...
It's not something you're going to buy.
ARMS and 1-2 Switch. ARMS is the one I would be more likely to buy.
Yeah, ARMS also feels like a launch game, but it isn't.
Yeah. Isn't it?
Which it's
No,
not.
it's
No,
not.
it's just
It's
spring.
not.
It's marked as spring 2017.
What?
Fucking hell.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that seems like a launch game.
Yeah, that seems like the launchiest fucking launch game I've ever seen, other than Knack, I guess.
Yeah.
Best game, 10 out of 10, best game.
Yeah. Yeah, it's great seeing people who bought PS4s at launch being like, the Switch is a shitty
Oh,
launch lineup.
yeah, like-
when they bought Killzone Shadowfall and Knack.
Well, I think the difference is I knew, like, from the get-go what I wanted out of my PS4, but
Yeah.
from the
Knack.
Switch... No, I didn't get Knack. I got, what was it actually my first... No, it was Assassin's Creed 4 for PS4, actually.
Yeah, I was the first person in my local Smiths to buy a PS4, and the only thing I bought with it was a fucking copy of Black Flag. Again,
Yeah, but to be fair,
I already owned 2 consoles I could play on.
But to be fair, that was actually at
Three.
launch.
I could play 3 consoles I own
Yeah,
Black Flag on.
but to be fair, you can actually play that at launch. There isn't any Wii U games for Switch that you can play at launch besides Zelda.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Mario Kart was moving. Mario Kart's maybe a bad idea, but also I probably wouldn't be able to afford that on day one. So I'm cool with waiting a month.
Yeah, I won't be able
but
to get
maybe
Mario
don't.
Kart day one.
It's a week after my birthday, so I probably will.
As in, no, because Breath of the Wild... See, I can either get Breath of the Wild with the game, with the Switch, or I can get Mario Kart when it comes out, and I'm just going to wait an extra month for Mario Kart.
Oh. Huh? Sorry.
I'm not getting
Are you
the
just gonna
Switch.
leave?
No, as in, what I mean is, I'm going to get... I'm gonna get the Switch with Breath of the Wild.
Okay.
And by that point, I won't have enough money to get Mario Kart when it comes out. So it'll probably
I
take me an
hope-
extra month.
I really hope they have GameCube Virtual Console at launch.
They better. That's
Yeah, because if they can just give me Mario Sunshine, I'm good. Just give me Breath
If they
of the
can
Wild,
just
Mario
give you-
Sunshine, that's-
yeah, like dude, fucking
'cause
Mario Sunshine.
I've never played
Yeah,
Mario
like-
Sunshine. It's the only 3D
Yeah.
Mario I haven't played, and I can't be
Wait,
able to buy a GameCube.
No,
So-
dude, like I saw an 80-euro GameCube.
Yeah.
In a CX, an 80-euro GameCube that came with a controller and Mario Kart Double Dash
even
and
though
that
I-
disc.
I own the Wii that still works with GameCube games, but I can't be bothered to buy a controller and a memory card.
Dude, like I would love to just like I have enough money for that GameCube. I can go into CX and just walk in there and walk out with a GameCube, and I have to force my stuff not to.
Or you could just buy a Wii, it's cheaper.
Yeah.
No, because
It's cheaper and has full backwards compatibility. You want the handle?
I know. I just want the console.
You want the handle?
I want the console.
You want the handle?
Because like if I'm getting a Wii, then I'm
That
gonna
was
have
my
to put up
my
with having a
favorite-
Wii again.
My favorite part of the Switch conference was when
They
were
love the
like,
handle. They love the fucking handle.
The Switch brings elements of every previous Nintendo console to it, and they were going through all the consoles. They were like, the
handle.
NES introduced the D-pad and the A and B buttons. The SNES introduced the X and Y buttons. The N64 introduced the analog stick. And then with the GameCube, they don't say the GameCube introduced the C-stick. No, they say the GameCube had a handle.
Yeah, that is pretty fucking annoying.
They're like the GameCube had a C-stick and analog triggers, and they go no handle. And then they were like, DS had a touchscreen. Wii had motion control. Wii U had.
The 3DS had
after you play, and they just didn't mention the 3DS because the 3DS the 3DS actually had nothing new.
The 3DS had bad
3D.
battery life.
It had the 3D.
No, it had bad battery life, which is what was passed on.
I actually forgot the 3DS had 3D.
Yeah, so did I. Because you can't even use the 3D at all in Sun and Moon, I think.
Yeah. Do they not? Isn't it not in the overworld and that you can in battles?
No, I don't think so. I don't ever remember seeing the little 3D sign coming on.
But dude, no, it's
See, I got.
You might be able to. No, I think
I don't even have that.
It could. I think you might be able to on the new 3DS.
But no, dude, the Switch did take something from the 3DS. It took its bad battery life and used it.
No, but like, okay, 3DS they say 3 to 5 hours, but like you kick that thing down on power saver mode, minimum brightness, that'll last you 10 hours.
Dude, no, like because anyone who's using the 3D will fucking it depends because it says they say the Switch is game dependent. Like depending on the game, it will change.
That 3 to 6 hours is probably just max brightness, power saver off. I would put money on it.
But like, I'm wondering something like Skyrim. Imagine that on the Switch.
Yeah.
I
imagine how much power that would take.
Skyrim's a 5-year-old game.
But dude,
Skyrim runs on a PS3 with 512 megabytes of RAM.
I still think it's not going to fucking.
Skyrim runs on 10-year-old hardware.
That's irrelevant for the battery itself.
What's it called?
But that has reminded me of when they went to. They were like, "Oh, we have a video from Todd Howard," and Todd.
And
Howard
it was the fucking credits
is in the credits of Phantom Blood.
I'll be the roundabout.
Oh, it's fucking crazy.
You out and out. I'll spend the day your way. Call it more than driving through the sun and in and out the valley. In and around the playground. Mountains come out of the sky and they stand there. 24 before my love and I'll be tuned in.
Okay, we're at 50 minutes. We should start talking about the Switch.
Yeah.
So, okay,
and then they announced Splatoon 2, and I teared up at that trailer. I don't know why.
I won't be getting.
It was 3 a.m. I really like Splatoon, guys.
I forgot you stayed up until fucking 4 a.m. for it.
No, I went to sleep and got up early.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That was a good night's sleep, actually. I was very surprised with that.
What's it called? I won't be getting Splatoon 2. Well, I probably will at some point, but I definitely won't be getting it at launch. Like, I might get it at around Christmas. I might get it at around Christmas. if it's on sale.
I really hope that game comes out like start of June, like the last one did, because that's just perfect.
Yeah. I'm planning for the Switch. Depending on how big the file sizes are, to go mostly digital with this.
It's
32 gigs.
32 gigs, yeah, but there's a micro USB. I mean SD.
Yeah, game carts are 16 gigs.
Oh,
16 gigs. That is
good.
such a weird number to hear.
16.
Considering that,
in that case, probably
I have-
not, because then if the
I
if
don't
games
think
can be
there's a
if
I don't think there's a
games can-
single AAA game on my PS4 under 20 gigs.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
like fucking the lowest I have that isn't triple.
Ground Zeroes.
Yeah, no, Ground Zeroes. Yeah, that's the AAA
Yeah,
game.
that's
and
because it's a
obvious- and
40-minute
it's-
game.
Yeah, it's a 40-minute game. That's why it's so low.
And even then, that's 4 gigabytes.
Yeah.
So that's like
It's
an
a
eighth.
good-
That's
it's a
an
good-
eighth of the Switch.
And Phantom Pain itself. Phantom Pain is like 30 gigs.
Now, Phantom
With
Pain
the-
pre-updates
with
was
downloads.
like
With downloads, of
that
course.
was like 18 actually. I was impressed with that.
Yeah, 18. They could fit Phantom Pain onto
That-
the Switch, could they?
Probably. Do you think we'll see
Yeah.
Metal Gear Survive for Switch?
Oh god. Yeah, probably.
Depending on how Bomberman does.
Splatoon.
That was a surprise. Bomberman was a surprise. I did not expect that.
Yeah,
to
Bomberman
happen.
was fucking dead at that point.
That was more of a surprise to me than my favorite surprise.
Puyo Puyo Pop.
Puyo Tetris.
Yeah, boy.
Tetris boys.
Well, it's on PS4 as well. Which
Have
is
I
I'm
been
probably
going on
gonna
about?
get.
No, okay. I've been going on about that game to certain people for years. Have I been going on about it to you guys?
I remember it from 2 years ago at least. So
Okay, yeah. I've wanted that game for a while, and
yeah.
I always, and anytime I get some money, I always look at the Play Asia page, and I'm like, nope, not now.
don't
Next
do
time.
it. Don't do it.
And I never expected it to come out in English, and here it is.
Yeah, it's really really good. I mean, like I'm going to get it on PS4. I'm not going to
Yeah.
fucking buy a Switch for it, but
I might buy it twice, just to say, hey, thank
I
you
have
for
fucking
releasing
Puyo
this
Puyo
video
Pop.
game.
No, yeah, it's not a bad idea. No.
So, if I was going to import it, I was going to buy it once on PS4 and once on Vita, because this was when my Vita worked. Yeah, good looking video game. Looking forward to playing it. Finally, that's one of the three. One of the three like pillars of things I want those fucking.
One of the three pillar men.
Yeah, Wamu has SCDC is slain. SCDC
Oh,
is
God.
slain.
Yeah,
Now-
the poison on our necks, our neck is gone. We need to get
Okay,
rid of the one
now-
around our heart,
So the
which is
the
Mother
Switch.
Three.
No, but
the Switch is region free.
Is the version of Nier with young Nier, is that Wamu or Cars? And which one is Mother 3? I feel like Mother 3
I
should
think-
be Cars.
Yeah, because you
Oh
also
yeah,
have the
while
beat.
we're talking about games, Reggie basically confirmed that within a
No.
year.
No, he
No,
didn't. He did not.
I won't even agree with you on that. I don't
No,
think
I think
No.
he's going to say no. in a
Okay,
year.
I think it's the strongest intonation that we're getting Mother 3.
Do you remember the last time that Reggie addressed Mother
Yeah.
3? It was
I do not.
it was in the Nintendo Digital event when asked by a wonderful presser about
Yeah.
Mother 3, the presser said to him, "Hey Reggie, give us Mother 3." And he responded with, "How about this instead?" and pulled out a fire flower and lit him on fire.
Oh yeah.
Yes. That was,
Essentially.
that was the last time Nintendo referred to Mother 3.
No, but like this time he was like, he specifically said, "Ask me in a year."
Yeah, but the other
But
part
he'll
of that,
say no in a year.
yeah, but he also said Metroid there. And do you think there's a Metroid game
No,
coming within the next
not a
year?
fucking.
Oh yeah,
chance.
definitely not.
Yeah, no, that means maybe.
No,
I
that
don't
means
think
no. That means
I don't-
no.
I don't think that means anything. He was the one who brought it up, though. That's the thing I'm taking from it.
I suppose so.
Yeah.
That means he's 0.0001% closer to actually commenting on it.
Yeah. Yeah. I expect it at some point, not this point. No. Maybe the licensing guy for Nintendo of America said that there will be a lot of smaller announcements just continuously up until launch. And I assume that's mostly going to be indie stuff.
Yeah.
Because there's already some indie stuff we know is coming that isn't accounted for. Like
Did Shovel Knight give a release date?
No, they just said it's coming. Same for Stardew Valley. Same
How hard
for.
can it be to
I
port
might
those
get
songs?
Stardew Valley if it's cheap enough.
Stardew Valley is €15. That
But how
seems
hard-
worth it to me.
Yeah.
But how
that
hard
seems-
can it? How
That's
hard?
especially considering how basically I'd be playing Stardew Valley instead of the general consensus I got from Stardew Valley. Now I could be wrong. It's been a while since I've paid attention to it. It's kind of
It's
a mash up between Harvest Moon and Animal Crossing.
Yeah, it's basically just good Harvest Moon because Harvest Moon isn't good now.
But
Yeah.
I'm wondering.
The Harvest Moon guy makes Story of Seasons now, and who
How
can be
hard-
fuck playing Story of Seasons?
How hard can it possibly be to port those games though?
Probably not very, but they're like you got to go through cert and all that. That's the main issue. Just going through cert.
Going through what?
Going through cert, because like that's why Shovel Knight came out like on Wii U, like a year after it came out in North America. Well, not a year, but like 4 or 5 months because they had to go through PEGI. Like, it's hard for an indie dev to do some of those things. So it's not an actual development thing; it's more just a paperwork thing. But yeah, I hope most of those indie games are at launch because I know Binding of Isaac, which I forgot to mention in my week. I played a fair amount of that, and it's still Binding of Isaac. You know, it's good. They showed because a retail listing for that went up on GameStop America, and it's actually like a physical copy of Binding of Isaac, which is weird. Weird that a Nintendo
that is
console would
weird.
be the thing that showed up on.
Yeah, actually, you're right.
Like, we have a game with the fucking official Nintendo seal of quality on it that is called Binding of Isaac Afterbirth.
Yeah, that's actually kind of cool in a sense.
Yeah, it's pretty great. Especially when, like, I remember being excited for Super Meat Boy on WiiWare, and that got cancelled. And it's kind of vindicating to see this.
Super Meat Boy and WiiWare, Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, no, that was because of the file size restrictions.
Yeah, the file size.
They would have had to basically just make it the main game and none of the extra stuff, I think, to get it through.
Dude, anytime I think of WiiWare, I think of that fucking horrible file size.
Yeah, there was a similar thing that people don't talk about nearly as much with patches on the 360. Yeah, there was a file size restriction on patches with the 360, which is
Was there?
yeah, which is really dumb.
Yeah. Why would you? What was the file size? What was the size limit?
I don't know, but small. I just know it was annoyingly small.
Small.
That people would have to push like 4 updates, and that would be really expensive because you had to go through.
It costs a lot.
Because you had to go through cert on each update. Yeah.
Do you?
It's reason for. Yeah.
Well, patches, they cost a lot of money to do. That's why lots of people don't bother.
And now 2 announcements that go hand in hand. This is Region 3, and there's a new SMT coming.
God, they fucking... I refuse to believe that thing they did at the start was not a toss-out to Nocturne fans. That had to have
Of
been
course it
purpose.
was. Duh.
I mean, I know that, like, I saw a couple of other SMT title screens and they do something similar. But that had to have been
It's
Nocturne.
basically just Devil Survivor.
Well, no,
And
but
Devil Survivor
Nocturne-
Survivor looks completely different to it.
But Nocturne
Like
had the
it is a bunch of
Demons were
demons
going
in the
ice.
shadows, but like it's framed in a completely different way.
Yeah, no, Nocturne it's
Yeah,
identical.
That was the Nocturne screen.
Yeah, that was definitely, and I fucking
was
love
great.
it so much. I keep
Yeah.
staring at it. It's great.
And there was also Project Octopath Traveler, which basically seems like a new Bravely, but with a crazy art style. It's basically just super high res 3D pixel art, and it looks super nice. It's from the Bravely team.
Yeah. I never finished second. I actually don't even.
I
think
don't blame
finished
you.
Default.
Yeah.
Like, Default is one of my favorite games of all time.
Yeah.
Oh
on the
god, dude,
final
pick a
boss,
better
too.
one.
I would say that the only reason they're not saying that this Octopath Traveler thing is a Bravely game is just the art style.
Yeah.
Yeah. It seems like Bravely in all but visuals. And
You know, I'm going to...
Xenoblade Chronicles 2? What?
Yeah, this is odd thing.
I was very like me at 3:30 in the morning seeing that.
Yeah. Am I asleep?
like I saw a similar situation happened with the Death Stranding trailer, which I saw at like 2:45 after a long night of press conferences, and just had been that was a weird night, and then I had and then I had exams that day. I was seeing those exams on like 2 hours sleep, so I'm pretty proud of myself.
Like I didn't study at all for my junior term. I got like C's all over the place.
Yeah,
He's all over the place.
Yeah, boy, my C is my C, and your fucking C, C, whatever.
Yeah,
that doesn't make any sense. It doesn't mean anything.
I didn't like that Xenoblade 2 art style. I think
it's generic. Yeah,
it's too generic because the other.
The others had something stand out.
Yeah, the original Xenoblade Chronicles has a great character design art style. I think. The clothes look weird. The faces aren't too generic anime.
Yeah,
it's just nice. And then X is maybe a little less on the character designs because they had to have a character creator and all that. And it's just sort of like I like the design of the skells and the environments are great, but yeah, the environments in X are definitely more interesting than they look in Chronicles. But
I don't argue that.
Okay.
I mean, I've also played more of Chronicles than you, so.
Yeah. I know, but like from what I've seen.
Well, you haven't seen enough.
Maybe. As we mentioned earlier, Todd Howard showed up with the extremely surprising news that Skyrim is coming to Switch. Did you know?
I did not know.
I did not know. Like, it was fucking hilarious just having him show up. Like, oh yeah, Skyrim is coming to Switch. We're very excited to announce.
I'll see the round of.
Skyrim's not a launch game though.
Yeah, no.
Like, what the fuck? I'm not seeing fucking lick of interest in Skyrim, but what? I don't.
No.
Are you gonna get Skyrim?
Whatever. No. I spent my fucking time.
But like, dude, having a Skyrim on Switch would have been a good way to keep some people going for it.
Yeah.
For me, there's no real point in getting Skyrim when I'll have Breath of the Wild.
They're different games, I'll tell you that much.
I know. I wasn't a huge fan of Skyrim, and I only need one big open world action game.
No, the Zelda reminds me more in its style of open world of Phantom Pain.
Yeah, definitely.
But maybe that's just the fact that all the footage they've shown is trying to avoid towns. Yeah, it does seem like it'll be a little more traditional.
One thing I do think, they have voice acting, don't they?
Yeah, they do. It seems pretty good.
But dual audio. I gotta get that audio.
On the stream, they showed the trailer in Japanese.
I need dual audio. No, Sean, I need dual audio. I need it. I need dual audio. I can't get switched without dual audio.
That Japanese track seemed pretty good, but
I need dual audio for Mario Odyssey.
The English seems fine. Well, there's no Japanese. No, there is no Japanese voice of Mario. That'd be travesty. Fucking, it's Martinet or bust. Actually, that's an issue I have with the Mario Odyssey trailer.
What?
Like, can we not get some new voice clips? every
Yeah, no,
reused.
that Mario scream from Princess Peach was just like.
Yeah, no.
How many times have I heard
I've
that
heard
exact
that
same
hundreds
scream?
of times.
That is the, that is basically every Mario scream after 64.
Yeah.
So yeah, what about online?
Oh God, that's
So
that
how
is
much
the
are we
most
expecting for it? For it to
15
cost?
per. Well, I imagine it'll have something like per month, per 3 months,
Yeah,
or something like that.
if I buy it, I'll probably.
I'm hoping for like
won't.
40 a year.
I might buy it if it's 40 a year, especially because apparently it comes with an NES and SNES game a month.
Yeah,
No,
but you also
no,
have to pay for it afterwards.
It means it means a month.
Yeah,
Like, you get it
you
for
have to
that
pay
month,
for it
and you
after
can
that.
play it for that month.
You have a
Takes it away
month
from
free
you.
trial.
Yeah.
Dumb.
It's a month free trial. Like, it's not like PS Plus, where as long as you keep the thing going, you get to keep the game. But
Or like
no,
games with gold, where they just give it to you, which is actually cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
they do.
but like that is the most pale imitation of PS Plus ever.
That's dumb.
Yeah, not
Like
only
this is even more half-assed when they first came out with games with gold, and they were like, you can have Halo 3 and Assassin's Creed 2.
yeah,
In 2012.
yeah, dude, like
Yeah, that was pretty good. The new Mario Kart content looks cool.
What is it? It's like all the DLC stuff and a couple of new characters.
All the DLC, Inklings, Bowser Jr. Yeah, Bowser Jr. Bowser Jr. wasn't in the original. I know because I saw people complaining. No Diddy Kong. No Diddy Kong.
well, dude, we got Dog City now. He's too busy running them.
Okay, no, but people have been like,
He's
why
to
is
run
Diddy...
Dog...
No, okay, but like, what reason is there to not put Diddy Kong in Mario Kart other than that reason?
I don't know.
Because I don't expect that. But this makes me think maybe that. That seems unlikely. Just to be clear, we all know what that is, right?
Dog City.
No, not fucking Donk City.
I'm kidding.
I don't.
You know,
I have no idea what.
Diddy Kong Racing.
Oh, do you like Diddy Kong
What-
Racing?
Not the DS one, duh. But like, yeah, I've always found that cool that Microsoft still let Rare make DS games. Because they made a few GBA games as well, I think. That was always crazy to me. And they're all published by Microsoft, like... Who knows? Yeah, that's also reminded me that they were going to make Halo DS. Halo DS was a thing that was going to happen at one point.
Was it?
And then they were
Oh,
like,
yeah,
That
it
is
was.
weird.
yeah. And then they cancelled it. And also, another minor news item, detour, they leaked a prototype leaked of a cancelled 360 game that was Mega Bloks Halo. Because they tried to make Lego Halo. They tried to make Lego Halo, and Lego were like, no, you can't do that. We don't
Ironic.
we don't want
Because considering.
we don't want to do guns. And then
And then
they went to Mega Bloks, and Mega Bloks was like, sure, yeah, whatever, fucking give us some money.
But,
Which is exactly how the Mega Bloks Halo sets came about.
yeah. They need guns.
And then the game, and like, it's a really polished prototype. Look it up. It looks pretty good. It's just a third-person shooter, but in Mega Bloks. Yeah, but back to the Switch. Then, what haven't we covered? Yeah, we didn't go into Splatoon too much, but that game, we haven't really talked about Mario other than.
So is what's it called?
Splatoon 2.
Is Mario just like Is it basically
64 and
just
Sunshine,
64? Yeah, that type of stuff.
And Sunshine, yeah. It's that sort of game. which is good. That's a nice thing to have.
I think it's probably the only Mario game I've ever been excited for in such a long time.
Yep. I was really excited for 3D World, but like when the first trailer for 3D World came out, it was like whatever, and then they had that one
Rosalina?
trailer. No, they had that one trailer with the fucking boss theme, the really sexy one.
I think they overuse it though. I really think they do.
The jazz. No, the Wii U. Every game on the Wii U was jazz. That was it.
Yeah.
And it seems they're maybe going back to orchestras because Wii was a lot of orchestral music.
Well,
Wii U was a lot of jazz.
Well, the trailer from Odyssey made me think that.
Yeah.
What's it called? Yeah, never mind. Actually.
Oh man, imagine a Zelda with a jazz soundtrack.
That'd be cool.
That'd be great.
Okay.
Then...
Do you think there'll be any way of transferring our eShop purchases over to the Switch?
No. Kevin, that suggestion was probably the most smartest business decision, but no.
And that's why I didn't buy any N64 Virtual Console games on Wii U.
You realized it was
basically just gonna buy.
Do it again.
I'm basically just gonna buy N64 and GameCube ones on Switch. And if I want, well, the like 4 SNES games I bought, I can just play them on Wii U.
God, like Kevin, no, that's no.
I can dream, Christian.
They'll never.
Though thinking about it, I probably should have bought those SNES games on 3DS because I'm a fucking idiot.
What? Why would you buy it?
I didn't think there were going to be SNES games on 3DS.
Why would you buy it on the 3DS when you're going to have the Switch?
Yeah, but
like I'm still going to be. I'm probably still going to be playing my.
It's a matter of
3DS
friendship.
for a while.
Okay. The one thing I'm worried about. No, we'll talk about Splatoon before the one thing I'm worried about, because Splatoon is not something I'm worried about, I'll tell you that much. Yeah, they've introduced a fourth weapon type. They've added a thing to the chargers. Yeah, they've added a second attack to the rollers, which is so Kevin, you know how if you just tap the button instead of holding it, it just attacks.
Yeah.
With the rollers. If you jump and do that now, it'll do it sideways and throw it further, which is so a narrower burst but further, which is a way to make that. It's kind of seemed like playing Splatoon there. It feels like the rollers have sort of come back into the meta in a big way. I didn't see many chargers.
So, okay, I haven't played Splatoon in months.
Yeah.
So what was?
So remember how at
launch, boys.
Remember how at launch it was all rollers.
Yeah.
And then it was all aero. And then it was all aero sprays. Like 2 weeks in.
Yeah.
Yeah. It seems like it's maybe gone back to rollers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Weird. But and the other thing, the more interesting thing, is that chargers, they now hold a charge, so you can make the charge, you can move, and then shoot, which is a crazy fucking buff, because chargers were kind of not good in Splatoon, like at all.
Yeah.
They had their uses, but not many. And you basically just had to stand in one spot and use them. You couldn't be mobile, really, because you just had to point, hold, until it charges up and done. But yeah, that's gonna have. And also, one thing they seem to have done, I don't know if it's conscious, but all of the specials seem weaker.
I think that might have been conscious.
Because they're all new, and they're all kind of like the ones before, but they all just seem noticeably weaker, which could be a conscious decision, but I'm not sure. Yeah, weird one. Gonna be a good game.
Anything else? Should we start wrapping up?
Yeah, my biggest worry with the Switch is that, and one that I'm that conference didn't really help me with is that I'm worried that the 3DS tier of games is just lost forever now. Because, like, there was no game there that really said to me, like, this is continuing what the 3DS was doing.
Yeah.
You know? Like, there was no...
I guess...
You know the sort of game, like a Professor Layton, a Phoenix Wright, a Rhythm Heaven, a Picross.
Basically a game that utilizes the touchscreen.
No, I don't even mean that. I mean just...
Yeah, I get
that's sort of design. And all of those using the touchscreen other than maybe Layton and Picross is merely coincidental. You could do that just fine with buttons. But, like, that sort of design, I'm worried that it's gone.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, okay, my biggest worry is...
Like, I'm worried that we'll lose the portable game in the same way that we have lost the mid-budget game.
Yeah, my fear is... Yeah, mid-budget games are going to go... And that... My fear is that they're not
feel like
hit...
The Switch is going to lead to a return of the mid-budget game in a way, I think. Just because Japan. Because a lot of those games were from Japan, you know, like EDF or... Yeah, mostly just EDF.
My biggest fear with the Switch is that, like, we're not going to get... As in that they're not going to hit the holiday season hard enough, and they're not going to... sell enough consoles,
but
and the rest of the
2 million boys, 2 million.
Remind me, was the 3DS didn't really hit it until the second Christmas, the second holiday.
Boys. The what? 2 million, 2 million, 2 million.
Because the 3DS, I forget if it was the first or second holidays, but it was the one that had 3D Land and Mario Kart.
Yeah,
that was the one. That was the second one.
Yeah, that was the year I got it.
And the 3DS wasn't really successful until then. And I say that as someone who bought one fucking day one.
Yeah, that was Yeah, that was.
I've been down this road before. And
yeah, this is the first time I'm going to be getting a console day one.
Yeah. Of the three I've done, which is the 3DS, the Wii U, and the PS4, I feel like the Wii U is probably the best launch experience, I feel like. And
what did it have?
Yeah. Nintendo Land, New Super Mario Brothers, and some good ports. Well, not good ports, but ports of good games. They weren't necessarily good ports, but I didn't really mind.
I jumped in.
So I could play them on my bed.
I jumped in the summer before Smash, so I jumped in either right before or right after Mario Kart came out. Very close to the Mario.
Okay, that was the good year.
Yeah, that was the
Wii U's good year. The only good year.
Yeah, that was a good year for me in gaming because I had
the good year started. It was from the launch of 3D World to the launch of Smash. That was the Wii U's year. And after that, is your dog singing along?
Yeah,
and Christian, that music's not even in FMC, so you brought that music up.
No, actually, Joy is in FMC. I'm doing it right now, doing an S-Link with her.
Oh yeah, it brings it up there. Yeah.
It's weird. It uses some renditions of the male music in the female route, despite the fact that the original ones aren't in there.
Yeah. So
that seems like a good place to end off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I hope weird little portable games still happen.
Yeah. Trash Talk should be back next week. Am I right?
Yep.
Trash Talk should be back next week.
Par 5 never.
Once again, don't say anything we can't take back.
Par 5 never.
So goodbye, people.
We could just film a Trash Talk now that is just me saying Kira should have won Best Villain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking no! Wait! You're forgetting Sean. Koichi.
Why would he be the villain though?
That pose. It's sinister. It's so evil.